Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the Real Graps podcast. We are a day away, a day forward from the Elimination Chamber. And, we have a lot of, we felt like we should have an emergency pod to discuss the recent comings and goings of all that is professional wrestling. I have my buddy here, Abner. I am your host, Lupo. Abner, how do you feel after watching this latest pay per view?
I still can't believe it. I'm still in like shock.
The bastards finally did it. They did
Like
it.
it's so crazy to me that John Cena turned heel. Like you would never think that in a million years. And here we are sitting.
We are in shock and awe.
Yeah, it's just like wow, I can't believe he turned heel. But I mean, we could talk more about that. So are we doing like a whole pod, like a whole elimination chamber review?
Honestly, we could do whatever you want. I'm open to doing either or. There's obviously the main discussion is probably going to be towards the end, but I
Yeah,
guess we should give the other matches their flowers. The women started off with their elimination chamber. They did pretty well. We had now I'm forgetting all the people involved, but we had a lot of people involved. There were some cool moments. Jade Cargill came out and whipped some ass. That was cool to see.
yeah, dude. I wasn't I didn't watch that because I arrived like 15 minutes late. But that was I saw like a replay of it, and it was like she beat the holy hell out of Naomi,
Yeah.
and like I think Bianca is still the one who attacked her, but she's manipulating both of them.
Yeah, probably. I'm not to be disrespectful. I'm really not like tapped in too much about that storyline to like care. I just remember like hearing like, oh, uh, what is even her name again?
Our
Jade
name? What?
Cargill. There you go, Jade Cargill. I remember hearing something like last week
Just said
about
it.
like, oh, she's not answering Naomi's text or whatever, and I feel like an idiot because it's literally like, oh, she's coming back the next week. I just feel like
Yeah.
Triple H is the most online wrestling personality. So like, I feel like anytime somebody says anything online, he's like, you know what we got to do now? Absolutely the opposite of whatever. Like,
And I love it.
yeah.
I love every minute of that.
I
He's
saw
literally
some
online.
I saw some shit on Twitter where it was literally like people got the spoilers in advance and they were charging people to see it. And I wonder, I was only half interested enough to like try and look and see what they were saying, but also at the same time like that's really fucking that's really lame of somebody to like charge for spoilers just to end up being wrong. That's hilarious to me.
Well, that's how it is. The dirt sheets they do that a lot, I guess. And like, I mean,
But like what's the
like
point? Like what do they actually gain from it, you know?
money. But
I
here's the
guess.
thing. Here's the thing. Like, I think it's somebody named Sean Ross Sapp or something from Fightful.
Uh-huh.
They like try to pretend like he's in the know, and like he tries to pretend like he's always right. He knows everything, and then he's always wrong. And then like if you're getting a guy who's always wrong, why as a person are you still giving him money? Why as a person are you still like listening to him? You know what I mean? So
I
at that point, it's on that person for falling for that shit.
I still follow him on Twitter. Now I will say like I'm not tapped into like he is kind of annoying because every day he posts like, "Oh, we're doing a Twitter space about the latest like wrestling news." It's like, "All right, this is kind of annoying." But like
Yeah,
generally like he can shoot out some pretty nice headlines or like shoot some bits of information that I do find enjoyable to like consume. But yeah, at the same time like I don't know why you're getting like story bits
like
or like spoilers
like
from him.
like Triple H is obviously gonna fuck with these people, like with these dirt sheet reporters, and say, "Hey,
Seems to be his favorite pastime. Like he just loves.
yeah, look,
Like they've made it
I
a point now on the last like three pay-per-views to be like, oh, the dirt sheets are wrong. Oh, the dirt sheets are wrong. Oh, they got it wrong again. But I feel like particularly that narrative is addressed to uh, Drew McIntyre, but maybe I'm just looking like too far into the looking glass to like I'm trying to connect things that aren't
No, I
there.
kind of agree. Like, because remember that whole Drew McIntyre thing where he left pissed off and shit, and
Yeah,
like Drew McIntyre himself went on Twitter and said, "If you don't hear it from me, don't believe it."
yeah.
And then people didn't believe him, and now we have this, and it's like, like maybe like people should stop listening to like third sheet people. Like they obviously don't know what's going on.
I mean, like, there's a reason why they're only dirt sheet people, and they have to make money off.
Yeah, and like, dude, did you
That's
see that? Speaking of dirt sheets, did you see Dave Meltzer was at like Collision and not a WWE pay per view?
I mean, I don't know their situation. Like, it is kind of like it's annoying, absolutely, that they rather chose to go to a. It's like they chose to go to NXT instead of like I don't know what the like they actually ducked a pay per view where they knew that
Yeah,
John Cena was going to be on his retirement tour in an elimination chamber match for a collision. Like I don't know, like I don't know where he lives or whatever, but it probably was a further flight to go wherever collision was than the elimination. I don't know. I'm just very confused by it all because the funny thing too is Brian Alvarez tweeted they couldn't see they couldn't see John Cena's heel turn live because Peacock won't put up the pay-per-view until after they're done. So like while the press conference was going on, they were trying to like watch it and they couldn't and they were like getting mad on Twitter and it's like dude, I don't know. I'm not I'm not sides cucked like they are. Like they obviously have like a side. I guess technically we have like a side too, but like I'll just watch whatever's like good. Like I'm tapping into some old ECW hardcore television right now. Like that's like my pastime wrestling like choice.
yeah, but I still just think it's weird as like a wrestling journalist. Like I understand you like what's it called? You like AEW, like that style, but like you're a journalist. Go to the biggest. It's like if the Super Bowl was on and you
You
chose
chose
as
to
a
go to
journalist
like to
an NBA game.
Milan's like regular season game.
Yeah, like you just went to an NBA regular season game because you don't like the Super Bowl, like or you don't football isn't your thing, and like it's like no, like you're a sports journalist, you gotta
Like this is your job. Like
yeah
you signed up to do this.
yeah, and it's not like I don't understand what Collision would have over fucking
Adam Cole, baby.
yeah exactly like I don't know what it would have over, but
So
yeah.
there's a lot. We're gonna have to like put like a swear jar in place, but instead of like a swear jar, it's like an AEW jar. Maybe a
Oh,
Dave Meltzer jar specifically. Pretty soon
maybe, dude.
we're gonna be entering into dick eating territory
I'm okay with that.
soon. Which just kind of continuing on with the pay per view, it was very interesting to see kind of like the things that did happen. Like there were some really good matches in between all of this. The women's elimination chamber, really good match.
Liv
Uh,
Morgan, MVP of the match. Don't care what
MVP of the
anybody
match,
says.
absolutely. Bailey being thick. I saw on Twitter they were like, "Oh, this person was good. This person was good." Bailey being thick.
That's
But like
funny.
that elimination chamber was in itself really good. Everybody did their thing. Roxanne had her moment, so that was
Yeah,
a very
Roxanne did.
nice overall match. Uh, Liv Morgan getting fucking absolutely wally mopped by her hair. I'm surprised nobody at maybe they're gonna do it eventually in the future. Like, you think somebody would shave Bianca's head? Like maybe Jade Cargill would like shave her head and get rid of that whip funny.
Maybe,
That might be like a
maybe,
good storytelling device. But
maybe. Who knows?
so that happens. We had Jade Cargill come back and just whip ass, just come in and beat up what was it, Naomi, right? Can you give me
Yeah.
like a breakdown of this storyline again? Because I'm
So,
not a
from what I
soccer
know,
person.
a couple months ago, there was just like Jade Cargo was just shown like beaten up on a car, and what's it called? People thought it was Liv and not Roxanne. What's her name?
Yeah, Perez or whatever.
Not Roxanne Perez. Shit, dude, what's her name?
Raquel Rodriguez. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
That's bad naming. Bad AEW. AEW.
Yeah,
WWE. Bad.
yeah, yeah. Raquel Rodriguez attacked them because they revealed it a couple of days ago that like Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were just around. So like uh, Naomi and what's her face, Bianca Belair thought it was them, but
Uh,
we all know the real story is Bianca Belair did it. But anyways,
she did it for The Rock. She did it for the people.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, that was the whole story that they were trying to figure out who attacked her, and then like that's basically the story. So Jade Cargill comes back, and attacks Naomi because I'm assuming she thinks it's Naomi, but I think it's Bianca. In my opinion, it's Bianca.
Yeah, I have no. I don't know how I think about this. Dude, Jade Cargill is always jacked as fuck. I don't know how she does it. That's all I really got.
Um,
That's all. Not that
yeah,
That's
she's in
all
good
I really
shape.
got out of that.
I think she used to be like a basketball player in college, and then just became a fitness model, I guess, or fitness influencer.
Let's see. What do you think about a match between her and Jordan Grace?
I think she would absolutely. If I'm them, I would push her over Jordan Grace.
Really?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because Jordan Grace is just a mini version of her. So
That's
you already have the big dog. So just push her.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about. Like sometimes we bring up every time a new NOI member is like referenced. So like Journey and Zilla, like all these dudes keep coming in. And they're like, oh, potentially he might, join the WWE or whatever. It works when you only have one super like Rey Mysterio works for a while because like he was the only like mass luchador that would do like a lot of this shit. And I understand now
Yeah,
that there's like a lot more. But basically, the point I'm trying to draw is that if you have one of this thing of like an archetype or like a person like a strong woman like Beth Phoenix for a while was like I am the only strongest bitch in town, or like I guess technically it was just her archetype because it would either be you'd have like skinny chicks, you would have like Beth Phoenix, and then there would be like the big bitches. So like Nia Jax, and then like I forget her name. Awesome Kong. I don't know her WWE name.
awesome comms. I think it was like Karma.
Yeah, something like that. But like that like works. Like but if you put like I think a match against each other would be cool, but I don't know how like you would have to have one on each show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you. I don't know. It is what it is. It's not like it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I mean the Elimination Chamber match was good. I think they set up a couple feuds.
Mhm.
Roxanne and Bailey. Uh,
Which I love to see. I can't wait to see more of
that'd be a good match.
Bailey.
Yeah,
I just
Roxanne
love
and
that Roxanne
Bailey.
is getting involved because that means that Robbie has to sit there and watch more more Bailey matches.
Yeah, I guess so. I
Which is
guess it
probably the
sucks for him.
funniest bit about all of this is that Robbie hates Bailey because she thinks that she's ugly and she can't wrestle.
Dude, there
And
was a picture of her as a kid, and she did low key look like a little boy. Like she looked like
it's
a little boy.
it's just so funny that Rob has to consume more Bailey than ever.
And Ev,
Than ever. Like he's like
uh,
she she's always like involved in like shit that we have to talk about. Like it was the SummerSlam matches with Nia that he hated, and now it's gonna be Bailey is keeping Roxanne down because he like has a hard on
for Roxanne.
for yeah
Yeah, I mean, I guess it sucks for Robbie.
yeah sucks for
Uh,
Robbie.
and then I don't know what Liv Morgan does, but I'm pretty sure they'll just have her and Raquel Rodriguez be like the tag team winners. Like they'll win their tag team match at Mania against whatever tag team they put together for Mania.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I can see that happening. Um, yeah, I really do think Liv Morgan was the best part about that match. Like she was really good on every aspect of it. Hello?
I'm here. I'm listening
Oh,
to you. You're going off.
oh,
Yeah, I think that it's just one of them things. Like I'm so like gobsmacked, or like I'm just so blown back from the ending of the pay per view or the PLE, I guess.
yeah. Like nothing
That
else
I'm just kind of
mattered. I
like
mean,
oh yeah, like this is like a really good match or whatever. Like Randy Orton came back. We'll talk about that later, but like Randy Orton came back. Like that kind of got overshadowed now. Like yeah, like that was a really good match. Next match was also really good too.
uh,
Was that the
that
tag
was
match?
Tiffany and
Yeah,
Trish Stratus versus
the
Nia
Poison
Jax.
Pixie, bro. The Poison
Yeah,
Pixie.
yeah, the
Uh,
Poison Pixie.
which was a match that I was kind of like. I initially thought it was boring, but everybody kind of played their spots really well. Nia Jax was really good. I will say, you know, as an avid Nia Jax hater, I have to give props and credit where props and credit is due. Nia Jax, you know, did did a good job.
Yeah, Nia Jax is good, man. I don't understand the hate for her.
I don't like her personally because I don't think she does good
I just
for.
think I just think you don't like her because you don't find her attractive.
No, it's that she like did Bailey really bad. Like Bailey and her aren't like a good match because Bailey is now like kind of slower in her career. And like
How's that her fault?
it's not, but it doesn't help her at all. And it just makes her look bad. And so it just makes the match look bad all overall.
I feel like that's a Bailey problem, not a Nia Jax problem.
Well, you tell me when Nia Jax did the Hurricane Rana, how
Huh?
Bailey was supposed to make that look good.
I don't know. I mean, Bailey's a professional wrestler. That's her job. Make it look good. See, you knock Jay Uso for doing like the freaking his dad's thing on the turnbuckle wrong, but Bailey does takes a move wrong, and it's Nia Jax's fault. It's not Bailey's fault.
I didn't like when are you talking about like the booty blast?
Yeah.
I didn't like the booty blast because Gunther did it way better. And like comparing those two side by side, it's like wow, this is kind of ass.
Okay. I mean, it's the same. Like it's the same thing. You're blasting Nia Jax for doing a move that the person took wrong or did the
No, no, no,
wrong.
no, 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 no. So I'm well. There's the difference between the two is that Nia Jax, when you do like the Hurricane Rana, she did like the top rope Hurricane Rana where like it's her own like moving and throwing. Like she threw herself, you know what I mean? Like when you do the Hurricane Rana, it's more about like you like moving and like throwing your legs out and the person's supposed to like follow. She like did it like wrong. Like she did it wrong. And then Bailey just kind of had to like okay and then just like fall.
Oh man, I'm hearing a lot of coping going on for
I
Bailey.
think
That's
it's
why.
of two very different things. It's like if you threw a punch and one of them just completely misses and then the other one like I don't know, punches you right in the face, I guess. I don't know I don't know what a good analogy or symbolism would be. But that's not the point.
Yeah, but that match was okay. Let's go with the next match. A good
Wait,
match.
I just want to say, why is Tiffany Stratton back? Like, I appreciate Tiffany Stratton. She's a hot chick, obviously, but why is
Well, I
she
mean,
here?
Tiffany Stratton never left, buddy. She is the champion, so there's a reason she was there.
What?
Are you talking about Trish Stratus, bro?
There you go. I'm sorry.
Holy crap! I
I'm
don't know.
not
It
good
was
with
Canada. It was Toronto, Canada. They needed somebody there. Feel good story because
because
so.
Cope isn't there.
Oh, true. Who the fuck is that? Do you know who that is?
Not me. That would mean that
Who
I would
is
have to
Cope?
watch a certain wrestling product. I don't watch certain wrestling products that we disparage on a daily basis. We go out of our way to
Mm,
discuss everything AEW. When we're not on the clock on the pod, we're talking about AEW. We're watching ADW.
No, Jimmy and our other friends, Noel especially, talk about this stuff.
But the next match was what?
It was the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn
Oh my
match.
god, that match
That was a great
it
match.
was a great match, and I wish that was it
What?
Robbie that had a problem with it?
I don't know if anybody had a problem with it.
I thought maybe I was just completely wrong, and I don't know what happened yesterday. I wasn't conscious or something. I don't know. Yeah, no, it was a really good match. I like when they go around and do all the shit,
Oh, I think the
tables and
problem was them going. I think he had a problem with them going in the crowd. He hates the crowd shit, and I kind of agree. Like, what's the point?
he hates. Well, he likes. He said he likes the crowd stuff, but he hates the way that they get there. It's like the hitting. You hit them and then they like walk forward, but it's like there's no way that you can actually progress to that point without doing that unless you like have somebody run away. But that just makes your characters look stupid or like cowardly. Like Sami Zayn is supposed to be like a good guy who, puts up a good fight and sticks up for himself and others and whatever. And so it's like it would make no sense for him to be like running away in the middle of a no DQ match. And at the same time, Kevin Owens is like trying to kill people with manic intent. So there's no reason for him to be running away from shit. And you can't make it work because he doesn't have like I could see like Liv Morgan. I could see that making sense because she's already like fucked up people with Raquel Rodriguez, where she would like run away or whatever, and then the other one would just like pop up and knock him out. But like Kevin Owens doesn't have anybody to work with to do that. Like he doesn't have like a team that he could like sneak up and sneak on somebody. So
I
you kind
guess.
of have to. It just kind of is what it is. It's just the trope of the match type or whatever. But it was still like an actual like we Triple H tweeted or I guess made a statement that circulated around on Twitter that he was referencing again like the end of the main event with John Cena, but he said it was supposed to be like an industry changing weekend, and I think that subtly some minor things came up too that we haven't seen in forever. Like I don't know, maybe for me specifically, like I haven't seen barbed wire in forever. Have you?
No, but I mean that's not industry changing because like other companies do that.
I understand that, but also it's like uh it's changing the standard that the top brand is now doing. So like it's one thing for everybody else to do barbed wire out the ass and it like loses its value. But if you do it sparingly, like the WWE does, like they made the pile driver a move that people actually care about because they like treat it with pomp and circumstance in a way. Like they
Yeah, I
made.
guess, but I don't think that's what he meant when he said
I'm just saying it
industry
was like
changing.
a. I'm saying it wasn't just the main event. I know he was probably mentioning that a lot, but like there were like certain things. Like we'll talk about at the end of this match as well. When it comes to a certain person making his return. So I mean, the match itself was a quote unquote banger. Like
Yeah,
that is a
I
certified
gotta say,
shameful
dude, this
banger.
this might have been one of the few pay-per-views where a lot of people were just kicking out of shit. Where it's like you really shouldn't be kicking out of that.
Yeah. Like I am very curious to see how AEW fans and Dave Meltzer look at this pay per view because it is a like the ending just kind of happened. Like people were getting hit with steel chairs. They were getting hit with steel chairs wrapped in barbed wire, tables, and it was more like three pop up power bombs on the side of the ring was like the end of the match really. I feel like this is like an AEW. This would be like an AEW fan favorite match.
Oh yeah, this would be the most outstanding match of the year on the Wrestling Observer
Because if
website.
you think about it, that's like the same. It's like the same indie dudes too that they would love. Like I'm 2013. They even referenced it on the broadcast. I know you didn't hear it, but they referenced Kevin Steen and El Generico. They referenced their beef from all the way back in Ring of Honor. So it'll be. I think that's like a way to tell who really is like drinking the Kool Aid, how they view that match. Because if that was an AEW match, they would be talking about it like it was like one of the greatest matches ever.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So that'll be very interesting to see. But even like we talk about before about our opinions on AEW and this style of wrestling, if you use it sparingly, it works. Like everything, if you
Yeah,
use it sparingly, it
like
always
that
works.
like that pay per view kind of proves it. That like if you use like kicking out a finisher sparingly, if you do things in moderation and don't do it a lot, it makes a better product.
Yeah, and
And
then
like
like I would say that it's an interesting spot to start like this change of tone for an elimination chamber. But I kind of get that like I feel like this pay per view is treated a lot more differently than just a regular pay per view that they do. Like it's not a big four pay per view, but there's something definitely to that that is like a lot the tone or something like the precedent. I don't know what you want to call it, uh, but like it was just it's just different. I don't know how to describe it.
it did, it felt like I felt like Triple H is making it more important
Yeah,
because he wants to make sure that because the winner of the match gets a WrestleMania main event.
yeah,
It doesn't matter who wins the match. Because Triple H said it in his press conference. If your story is the best story, you're main eventing. Doesn't matter who it is. And he's been saying that for like years now. People just think he hates like other people, but no, he's been saying if your story is the best story, you're main eventing. And right now, the best two stories right now to me is what's his name, Cody versus Cena, and then Jey Uso versus Gunther.
yeah. Which will
Uh,
which may end up who knows, it may very well end up changing in the coming months
yeah,
because
yeah, you could because you can still have Punk see because Punk still got to be in it. Punk might main event with Roman and Seth if they go that route. So you don't even know what the main event's going to be till it is.
there are so
It's the
many
main event
different
time.
ways that they can go about this because as it's kind of funny. I was like how like certain fans like to predict what's happening next. Like we all
Yeah,
at some point during this pay per view were talking about like, oh, like he should do this, oh, he should do that or whatever. And somebody said like, oh, he should pile drive Sammy, or yeah, he should Kevin Owens should pile drive Sammy on the exposed concrete.
I think I said that. I
And
said
then
that.
he started to do it, and we were
And then
going
Randy Orton.
insane.
No, well, what I was saying was that he was. What I was saying was that they're going to set up the match with Randy Orton at Mania.
Uh,
So what's going to happen is that Randy's going to come out and help Sammy, which I was wrong about. I'll admit it. But the other thing I was saying was, what's going to happen if Kevin Owens wins? He's still going to try to attack Sammy and try to do the pile driver, but Randy Orton comes out and saves him, and I was right about that.
yeah,
Which it's not hard to predict at that point. It's like you can only be wrong so many times.
yeah. But it was just like, and the other thing about going back to what I was trying to say with like the changing the industry or whatever, they brought the punt. They were they were gonna bring the punt back out.
Oh yeah, and then security finally decided to do their jobs. Like
Yeah,
this,
they
I
couldn't
hate
stop
security.
him from almost pile driving him on concrete, but he
But
goes to
Randy
punt
Orton
it.
comes out.
They need to stop him.
Randy Orton comes out, and all of a sudden, security knows how to become security.
Yeah, which it'll be very interesting to see because like who knows now? Maybe we could get like some crazy Randy Orton John Cena type beat, or
I can see it.
there's literally so many ways you can go about this. Like you guys, I'm not. Again, maybe it's just me. I'm not too particularly invested in this like bloodline story. Like I watch it and I'm entertained by it, but you guys like you'll sit there and you guys were discussing for like 30 minutes the different possibilities or like
What bloodline? There's no
WrestleMania,
bloodline. What are you talking about?
like Roman and The Rock and all these different people and all the, like the main event of WrestleMania and all this stuff. Like you guys discuss like every single different uh like scenario almost for like what could go on.
Yeah, I mean
Maybe
that's
that's what I
that's
more mean, like WrestleMania, like the main event, the top story. But
yeah, that's
I don't
I
know.
mean I don't
I'm a filthy casual still. Like I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Like
we were
happens,
just talking
happens.
about how what like after that big reveal we were talking about how like what happens because Cena's gonna retire at the end of the year, so it's like he's not
He
gonna
might
stay
not.
around for
He
that.
might not.
He's gonna retire. You don't do all this and just say no, I'm not retiring anymore.
Why not?
Because then what's the point? Like what's the point of announcing anything then? You're just lying.
Yeah, that's what heels do.
Okay, man. Cena's gonna retire.
You're telling me that when Mark Henry faked his retirement, that wasn't awesome?
Yeah, that was also different because it wasn't John Cena didn't come out a year before to a random pay-per-view, sure it was Money in the Bank, and say, yeah, next year is my retirement tour.
So you're saying that having one of the biggest faces, one of the best good guys in the past 20 years, in order to generate huge pomp and circumstance, would not draw all eyes on himself and then inevitably turn heel?
Yeah, it's a good story. I don't know what you're trying to say right now. Like I'm just a little confused. What are you
I,
trying to say?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just think that John Cena's heel run is going to feed families.
Yeah, I know. That's that we all agree on that. What we were saying, what we were talking about next year's Mania. We were saying like next year's Mania is going to be a little different because John Cena is not going to be here. We were thinking that John Cena loses his title at SummerSlam to maybe Cody or even CM Punk, who's his biggest like rival when it comes to being like the corporate man. You
Very
know?
interesting that that was John Cena's last good guy move is to dap up CM Punk.
Yeah. I mean, and then like I don't know what you do with CM Punk and Seth Rollins because they're obviously going to do something there.
Yeah. What is the beef? Why does Seth Rollins have this beef for CM Punk?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't understand Seth Rollins' character, and maybe it's just me. And I just don't understand why he hates so many like people. He hates Roman, but you turned on Roman first. You started this. You were the corporate champion first. What are you getting upset at us at like Roman and CM Punk about?
Why he say
Like I'm
fuck
not
me
understanding.
for?
Like seriously, what did CM Punk do? CM Punk didn't what's it called? CM Punk left the company. Okay, so what? What does that have to do with you? Him leaving the company made you a big star. Like, what are you upset about?
I don't know. I think that honestly, I think that there was like something there that they don't. I don't know if they like fully explained it yet, or it just seems like a big like. He might just be like CM Punk's like biggest fan. Like he went to Ring of Honor, he like basically did his like I don't know. I almost always saw him as like a CM Punk. Maybe he's just like has
No,
like
I
a
thought he's nothing like CM Punk. He he's just his character just isn't making any sense now. Like he's like he hates Roman. Roman didn't do anything to him. Roman, yeah, if anybody should hate anybody, it should be Roman hating on you. Because every time Roman has anything going on for him,
you punk
you're
him.
there to ruin it.
Yeah.
He hates CM Punk. I guess I understand why he hates CM Punk, but at the same time, like CM Punk didn't do anything to you. All CM Punk did was leave the company. Yeah, he went to another company, but okay, and he came back. Like, what's the issue?
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's not like CM Punk's taking his spots away. It's like it's one thing if he CM Punk came back and he was just in
Yeah.
everything.
Seth was like a main eventer for years.
Yeah, like CM Punk is at least earning his spots. He's not just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like he comes in, he does promos, he's working for his spots. It's not like he's just taking them away.
Ooh, that also John Cena. Just basically. That's kind of funny too. Like I keep thinking of like heel Cena, like the seeds since he came back. And it's kind of funny too. Like he kind of just said, "Oh, like I'm in Elimination Chamber. I'm in because very heelish." I don't know. I know that makes no sense.
No,
I just
I
think
get
it's
what
funny.
you're saying. Like he kind of just inserted himself,
I
which
was
is
just like, "Hey,
something
I'm in this match now."
John Cena would never do.
Yeah, he would earn it. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Hashtag not the
Um,
goat. Did you see what he was talking about? I don't know what movie he was doing, but it was some movie, and he was talking about back in like 2012 when they were going to make him a bad guy, and he said, "Oh, I have." He was basically talking about always being like the opposite of what you were originally. So he has like a boxing, kind of like a boxer gimmick going on now. Like he's got a boxing robe and typical like basically the complete opposite of like the streetwear.
what?
He was talking about how like
Oh,
when he was going to be a bad guy, he had the whole new music, he bought all new gear and all this, and he was going to be more like instead of like the jean shorts, he was going to start wearing like a singlet and like a boxing robe. He was going to walk out in.
oh, okay. Like you're talking about when he would turn heel against The Rock.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I just wonder what that what that's going to look like moving forward.
I don't know. I think it'd be funnier if he just comes out to like how he is without any like explanation at all.
Yeah. Doesn't acknowledges it, like still
Yeah.
just fucking does the shit. That would be hilarious. Ev, our friend Ev, he's like the biggest John Cena fan. Like every time we would talk about wrestling, he would just be like, "Oh, I just want John Cena to come out to Thugonomics and STFU everybody or FU everybody. I want that John Cena." And he's on a cruise right now, and I would have paid $1 million to be a fly on that wall and seen his reaction. I don't know if he has seen it or what. I just want to know like because he's like a good litmus test of like an actual like normie wrestling fan, like a person that like does not consume wrestling anymore, or will only like tap in for like WrestleMania.
Yeah, I can see that. But back to the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match that we were talking about originally.
Yeah,
Um,
steel chair, Bob Wile.
but yeah, Randy Orton comes back. Randy Orton does his thing. Uh, I thought I thought Randy Orton leaned out more. I thought like he was like buff
Yeah,
fat. Now he's just buff lean.
I don't know. Was it last time? Was he more like? Did he get injured and just kind of like didn't take that much time away?
No, he took like 2 years away.
Did he?
He was out for like a year and a half.
Maybe that's what I was. I don't know. He does definitely look a lot leaner and meaner now.
Yeah,
His thighs. No matter what, his thighs are always like the biggest thighs of any person in the ring. It's insane.
but
I know
yeah, I don't know.
that might be a little homoerotic to talk about, but like, but like, it's just always crazy to see. Maybe it's because he's in like the trunks, so it's like you just see all that meat.
Maybe.
But that was just always something I've noticed about Randy Orton. Literally, even like if you had Gunther and him stand like side by side, like dude, Randy's thighs are like woo. Anyway,
Yeah, I guess they are, Jimmy. Well, you stare at Randy Orton's thighs a lot.
dude, you're telling me that when like I don't know who has like a really big bicep or like who has like a really big muscular part that you like are like wow, yeah, that dude probably has like really big muscles.
Um, I couldn't tell you.
Like when you look at the Ultimate Warrior, you don't go, damn, that guy's jacked. Like,
No.
anyway, so the main event of our Elimination Chamber was the men's Elimination Chamber. My goat, Logan Paul, unfortunately did not pull through.
Why? First of all, why is he your goat? Why is out of everyone that can be your goat? Why is that person your goat?
whenever I look to support somebody, I always like to try and get on the bandwagon before the bandwagon even happens.
There's
I
no
love
bandwagon. There's no bandwagon that will ever happen. If there's a bandwagon where Logan Paul is like a top star, WrestleMania main eventer, I'm not watching wrestling. I'll tell you that much right now,
you don't give it a you wouldn't give it a chance.
bro. No, no.
Why?
No, bro, watch Logan Paul in the main event of WrestleMania ever. Maybe the main event of like fucking a Saudi pay per view.
Yeah.
You can have that one, buddy.
I don't know. I like the underappreciated people. I like people who are like new. I always like want to give them the support. Like I love Akira Tozawa. They're never gonna give Akira Tozawa a chance. I was busting in my pants when they had him fight Gunther, even though I knew that my boy never had a chance in hell of winning. It was just like nice to see people that like you just know are never gonna win, like being featured, or like you know, I like a nice up and comer. Like I think Logan Paul, especially like you've seen his track record, like all of his matches have been pretty good. Sure, he's not like the best on the mic, and he's more cringy than anything, but I feel like that's part of the character. And maybe I'm just like
I think you're just I think you just don't
we're
like
both we're
normal
both
things.
YouTubers. I love to support a fellow YouTuber in mainstream affairs.
Sure, man, if that's what you like.
I'm a maverick. Anyway, so not only was Logan Paul in there, we had CM Punk, we had bisexual Undertaker, aka
Oh my
Damian
god, dude,
Priest.
I was very scared that he was gonna win. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was terrified that he might walk out of here as the number one contender, and that he's the he's the corporate champion all along.
Yeah, we had Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. Obviously, did we hit 5 or are we at 6? Am I stupid? Am I missing somebody? John Cena. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, so the entrances were kind of hilarious too when you think about it. I think the first person to come out was uh, what's his name? Was it Punk?
It
No, it
was
wasn't
it was
Punk.
Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, it was Logan Paul. Then that was Damian Priest, and then CM Punk came out. He had a big reaction.
Yeah,
Then I think it was Cena. I think Cena came out,
yeah.
and then it was Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre goes right up to CM Punk's thing and starts talking shit. And I think I was the first one to say, I was like, these two are definitely like really good friends outside of wrestling.
Yeah, like
Like
Kevin
there's no way
Owens.
they're not. Like there's no way they're not. Like you don't do this with like just anybody.
Yeah, Kevin Owens too. I feel like whenever he's making them car videos, talking about Sammy,
Look,
it's like I just know
yeah,
that
he's
he's
like,
literally like outside of his house, just waiting.
yeah, like when he made that video outside of his house, you know damn well that they were like eating dinner or about to eat dinner.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens like, yo, watch this.
Watch me.
But yeah, the entrances were cool. I don't know what the hell Seth was wearing, but I need him to stop.
He
It's
looks
getting
like
ridiculous.
what did we say? He looks like Captain Ginyu on Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
if somebody on Twitter pointed out that he looks like SpongeBob when he did the Goofy Goober stance.
Yeah.
It's like you have a kid, man. Like have some respect for yourself.
We keep joking. We keep saying he's raiding Becky Lynch's closet.
I mean, I don't know if that's a joke anymore.
I mean, see, that's the thing too. Like that whole thing kind of adds to like, what are you? Like, what are you doing? What are you about? Like, what is this?
Like,
Because
what
it
is
just
Seth
like doesn't.
Rollins?
There's no theme to any of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But
This
yeah,
doesn't
Seth
make
Rollins.
sense.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Seth Rollins, he's kind of overstaying like his welcome for me now. It's
Yeah.
like at least Roman with Roman, he's a part timer, so you don't see him a lot. And when he is there, he's at the point of his career where it's like he's an attraction. Seth Rollins, like what do you like? What else is there for you to do? Like I guess you can go and have your match with CM Punk and Roman and Mania, but like I don't really see the point of Seth Rollins anymore.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
He's
He's
just
just a
a
guy.
guy.
He's just a guy that hates CM Punk.
Yeah, like that's his gimmick right now. Like I hate CM Punk, and I'm like, damn, dude, get over it. Like he beat you. Like
Yeah.
it's over. Like you lost. And it wasn't like you lost because of interference. It was because you lost because of yourself. You had him and you didn't take advantage and you lost.
Yeah. So the match itself was like pretty. It was pretty good. Uh, the
I thought it was one of the best chamber matches of all time, in my opinion.
there really there was like always action going on,
Yeah. Oh,
and
speaking of the dirt sheets, how funny was it that Drew McIntyre was the first one that got
I
eliminated?
was about to say like yeah, it was the way that they eliminated people, even the way that they brought them in. It was like you knew that like John Cena or CM Punk was going to be the last two that were going to be like eliminated, not eliminated, like introduced to the Rumble. I almost said the Elimination Chamber. But the way that they eliminated them, it was Drew McIntyre, then it was Logan Paul, right?
That was Damien Priest. And then we were watching the match, remember? Because we were nervous. Me, our friends were nervous. We were like, please don't have Logan Paul win. I didn't want him to interfere. I just wanted him to lose and leave. Leave the match, go home, do your thing. Like, just go home, go be with your model wife. Like, do what you got to do.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
the
he,
Logan Paul, bro. You tell okay. So I want. What was your? I want to know your comments. What were you saying before? Like you were talking about you would never see a Logan Paul main event match. Meanwhile, he did one of the best moves in the Elimination Chamber when he jumped on the pod and then did like the super splash, which I don't know. Let's just call it what it is. It's a tsunami.
okay, I've seen other people do that. That's not like a Logan Paul thing.
Yeah, but he was the only one that did it.
Okay, cool. I mean, without that in there, the match would have still been fine.
True, true. You just love hating on my goat.
I'm not hating on him. I just don't think like he's a great celebrity wrestler. I'll give you that.
I guess I'll have to take that. So we had a lot going on here in this match. The first half is still good, but once we got these characters out, once we got Damian Priest
Yeah.
out, once we got Drew McIntyre out, then even once you got Logan Paul out of there, it was Seth, it was John Cena, and it was CM Punk, and it was just the seeds. You know, they did the spoiler for the pay per view on the poster. I don't know if you guys saw the poster, but it was the John Cena heel turn basically, and there were again we talked about it before, dapping up CM Punk as like his last act as a good guy, and then immediately following that, uh, John Cena capitalizes on Seth, like curb stomping the shit out of CM Punk.
Yeah, and then when Seth did that, when he curb stomped him, he was like, die,
Yeah,
die,
yeah, I was about
die.
to
And I
say
was
too. Like, yeah, he's
like,
doing the
yeah.
STFU, and we couldn't hear it because we were too busy like blowing our loads. But yeah, Seth is die, die. It's like wow.
I didn't even notice that till like I saw it
Yeah,
on
I saw the
Twitter.
Twitter clips, and I'm like, oh shit, he really means
Uh,
this.
yeah, like he actually hates like
He actually
this
hates
is
this
some
guy.
real hater shit. That is real
Some
hater shit.
some D1 hater type shit. Like that's so crazy.
And yeah, when he did it, it was like no way Seth Rollins is doing this right now. Like this is hilarious.
Die, die. I think he also, if history serves me correctly, I think he also did that to somebody else, but I can't remember who.
I don't know. That was the first time I've seen it in wrestling.
He said that to somebody. in a different pay-per-view. Who am I thinking? I'm drawing a blank, and I probably won't remember it. Anyway, well, let's just say that was the first time he did it.
I'm
But
okay with that.
still, it was just D1. Like honestly, Seth for whatever reason, Seth has more character when he's hating on CM Punk than he has shown the past like year and a half. It's
That's
just
his
so
own gimmick,
funny.
bro. He's just a hater.
Dude, we have two people in the WWE that are get dedicated to hating on CM Punk, Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. That's so crazy. That's why, Punk is my goat.
Also, like people like were saying that's like the old John Cena wouldn't have taken advantage of what Seth did.
Yeah, he immediately jumped up.
Yeah. And like there were signs that he was turning heel, like the promos and everything. But it's just insane. And like so he won the match and then Cody comes out. They're all buddy buddy. And then The Rock comes out with Travis fucking Scott. Let's talk about Travis Scott, okay?
Dude,
Cool
I've
that he's
seen
cool.
people hate. He has aura. He added to that segment. He We spent more time laughing and having fun with all of his like shenanigans than the majority of like the actual shit that was going on. Like we paid attention to the main shit. But
Yeah, we paid attention, but like first of
dude,
all,
him like burning
he comes out with
sage.
the hardcore belt. That's not a real belt. Like that's not in the WWE, but he comes out with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. It's a cool belt. And then he's just standing there menacingly. Like
Dude,
what do you
he actually aura farmed, but
yeah,
he did it like in a way that like actually worked. Like it worked, it made sense, and he did look cool as fuck.
yeah,
Like
but it was just like why is he there? It was like one of those things. Like why is Travis Scott there?
there were a
Why?
couple
Well,
people drawing comparisons to Dennis Rodman.
and
Um
yeah, that's a cool good comparison, but at the end of the day, why is he there? What is he
I
doing
have no
there?
idea. There has to be something, and Triple H was talking about it a little bit in the press conference afterwards. Like, oh, we have celebrities here all the time. Whenever we go to so many different cities, there's always a celebrity here that we can like not tap into, but they're always like here. They some people just want to be in the stands, like they just want to watch the show and not get involved. Like, who is it? It doesn't like Selena Gomez. Like, she goes to a couple
No,
shows.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, there you go. She like wears like hot girls watch wrestling or whatever. And
Yeah.
then like some people, he was like some people want to be involved, which could be like um, I don't know. Some people like want to get involved, and then he's like, and then some people really want to get deep involved, like Bad Bunny or like Travis Scott really wanted to be involved, and I guess I don't know. He was on, he was on with Jey Uso, a month ago. He really didn't like add to the segment, but this time he really did. Like he was like a good like. I think honestly the set like he adds enough that the segment is actually worse without him. I'm not saying it's like the greatest segment or whatever without him. Like it's still a really good segment, but he does add to it. He does not take away.
I guess. I mean, but it's not like adding a lot. Like if he wasn't there, we still would be like, holy shit, John Cena just turned heel. Like what world are we living in?
Yeah. Maybe it adds to like the magnitude of like how corporate it is. Like if you
I
think about
guess.
it, all the people
In my
that's
honest opinion, I don't think it adds anything. But that's just me. Like I didn't think it added anything.
I think it's just a way to get people more into wrestling. Like they were talking about it. The Rock has, the most male like I'm an American male social media following on Instagram or whatever. He has like the most. Let me try that one more time. He has the most Instagram followers for an American male. There you go. And then you got John Cena, who has a lot, Travis Scott, who has a lot. Like, I don't know, maybe it was just a way to really like blitz, like capitalize on social media, because apparently it like has circulated like 12 billion times those clips on all the
Yeah,
social
I saw
medias.
that. I saw that it was like everywhere. Like you couldn't go anywhere without knowing about it because it's such a big deal. Because like yeah, he started out as a heel, but like you wouldn't think he would end it as one.
Dude, I see like random TikToks of like grown men in their 20s like crying because they're like, yo, like this dude is a bad guy now. Like this dude has
Yeah,
always been a good guy my entire
but
life,
let's
and now he's
let's
a bad
talk
guy.
about the turn though. Like we didn't even talk about that. We're just talking about
We're just
like
so
the
in
way
awe of like the
yeah,
aura.
like the way they set it up. Rock comes out and says, "Hey, you either join me and I give you everything, or you don't and I take away everything." And it's like, yeah, 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 like cool. And I knew Cody was never gonna say yes or take the deal. Um, but but then like when John Cena hugs him and his face just changes,
Yeah.
like that was such a crazy thing to me because I didn't expect his face to just change like that. I thought it would be more like he's happy. He like I didn't even think they would give it away like that, but they did, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. I was like, no way we're about to see John Cena heel turn. No way, not in a million years. Like never would I ever thought that John Cena would turn heel.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I got to
Especially
see it with all my homies. That was like a
yeah, and
crazy thing
it's
to see with like all your friends out
especially
there.
especially like especially like now, like like when he's retiring, and everything. It's like he's like, yeah, I'm going heel. Fuck all that. And I'm like, what? Like, it's just so. To me, it's just so crazy. Like, I can't really describe it. Like, we're from Philly, so we just saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl again, and I never thought I would see that again. But this is even better, worse. So, like, this is even crazier than that.
I wonder if this is
Like,
how people felt when like Hulk Hogan turned into a bad guy for the first time.
probably, yeah, they did. They couldn't believe it, and like,
Like they were just like, what the fuck?
yeah, like, think about it, because think about it. It's like it's the guy. All right, so remember when The Rock asked for Cody's soul, and we were talking like just between us, we were playing basketball, and we were talking, or even in our group chats. And I said, I think Cody says yes. I think John Cena, because I didn't think John Cena would win the Chamber. I thought CM Punk would win it, and they would go on. And I thought, to me, it was John Cena would win it at SummerSlam because he's been the champion that's never been tainted or corrupted by the belt like everyone else has in at some point in their career. Even while chasing it, they get corrupted. CM Punk's been corrupted. Roman obviously was corrupted. But to me, John Cena never became corrupted for the belt. And like this is why it's such a big surprise to me because like he did. He basically became corrupted because it's his last chance, the main event, win the belt, and to get number 17. And to me, it's just like that's insane because I didn't think this would happen. That's basically what it is.
I forget. Is 17 the record or is 17 to tie the record?
17 is the record. Ric Flair tries to say he's a 22-time champ, but nobody knows.
I saw
Like,
some. I did see some seething, some malding from Ric Flair. He posted like some statement about it. He's not happy, but it's just it is what it is, Rick. I'm sorry. Maybe you should have spent less time in WCW. Actually, no. Do they count
they count
WCW?
the WCW, yeah, they count WCW and NWA. So I don't know what other championships he's won. I mean, I'm sure I can do research into it and see, but I'm just not gonna.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. It's like, all right, man. Like, it is
It's
what
like,
it
bro,
is. Like,
it's
dude, you had one of the
like it's
most
not big.
successful, like Ric Flair. I'm sorry to say, you're a goat of the industry and everybody loves you, but you also like, you decided to take your amazing legacy and fuck it so hard that it turned into something unrecognizable. Not like, he's not like Diddy. Like, you didn't do any crazy shit. Uh, maybe. I don't know. Kinda. I'm not gonna go too far out. I don't know all the Ric Flair history, But like, remember when he would talk about how he would like grab bitches on planes? He would like grab the flight attendants.
Ric Flair drip, man.
There you go. Well, so like I'm not. I don't know too much about his like improprieties or whatever. I'm mostly more talking about like
His legacy, like his last retirement match where
as
he
a
almost died.
wrestler. Yeah, like he like had the perfect ending in WWE, and then because he has monetary issues because he fucked up his life, like he had to go work for TNA and then back with WWE, and then like so it's like, come on, man. Like you had like a really good run. You should be able to just kind of like fuck off into the sunset. You should, you should be contributing and like in mentoring and trying to train the next generation of wrestlers.
Like the
It's like
Undertaker in that one show.
yeah, like or Jim Cornette talks about it when he talks about the industry. It's supposed to be that when you're a top guy, you go and you become like a producer or you like go into this mentorship role because the producers that they have for WWE or even in AEW, like all these dudes, there's not they weren't ever like top guys. Like as much as Robbie
Yeah,
loves
but
Road
if you're,
Dogg,
but
like
think
he's
about it
not.
this way. Think about it this way. A top guy is not becoming a producer because a top guy is probably like Stone Cold Steve Austin can make money by his name alone. Doesn't have to be a producer to do anything.
Yeah, and maybe
Um,
that's like that's how it is now. Like back then, it used to be like you would, if you were like a top dude for like a territory, you would then become like a producer or a booker
yeah, but
because
that's not like John Cena. Like John Cena and The Rock are movie stars. Like they're not
yeah,
Batista, top guy. Like they're not doing all that. They're not doing all that.
I
There's
know. I'm
just
just saying, but
no.
there's like a reason then that like new guys like I don't know. Maybe it's like just like a criticism of the industry that I am just kind of complaining about unnecessarily. I guess who knows?
Yes, but
Maybe
yeah,
maybe that's
the
just
heel
me.
turn have. But the heel turn happens, and then he takes the watch that The Rock got from Cody, and he just beats the shit
Oh,
out of him.
that's the watch. Okay, I
Yeah.
just thought that like I didn't put two and two together. I just thought he like hit him so hard like a watch came off or something.
No, that was the watch. The Rock gave him the watch and just he beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy about this heel turn? The Rock was there, and he's not even like talked about. It's more of just John Cena becoming a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's how insane it is to me that The Rock was there. And they're not even. They don't. Nobody cares.
It was literally just like, oh, like I wonder what the I don't know. I'm just still like so even when I think of I'm
Like
just so in awe of like the whole thing. Like John Cena really just said, "I'm gonna kick you in the dick." I'm
yeah, I'm gonna
Rock
kick you in the
Rockin'.
dick, and I'm leaving, and like that's it. And I'll see you at Mania, I guess.
Yeah, bitch.
Like the build up to this Mania, we were all shitting on it. We were like, "This is ass. This is the
Yeah,
worst
we really
Mania build
were.
up ever." And now it's just this low key might be better than last year's if they
Did you
keep
hear
her
Triple
if
H?
it
He's like,
goes right.
are we on the road to WrestleMania yet?"
Yeah. And then the press conference too, like Triple H yapped for like 45
I
minutes.
hate the press conferences when it involves shit that doesn't matter.
Uh,
I don't give a fuck about some reporter's opinion about oh are you gonna highlight more women's wrestlers? Oh, I don't care about can you do another PLE in Toronto? And can you talk about some of the markets? I don't give a fuck, bro. Put that on in the back. Alright? If you're gonna do
Put
that
it in
shit,
your
that's
fucking
fine.
article.
Yeah, like if you're gonna actually like talk about that shit, I maybe I don't know, maybe it's because I don't consume the wrestling content like that. Like I don't care about that. And I was looking at it more as like Triple H is going to talk about what just happened at the end of the pay per view, like in character still. And it wasn't like, oh, this is Paul Levesque talking about WWE's numbers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like our friend Noel was talking about it. Everybody wanted The Rock to be at that press conference, but instead we got Dwayne. And low key, kind of infuriating. Like I'm watching a pro wrestling event, and I'm still in like the pro wrestling mindset, and he's just fucking. He makes you feel like an idiot for being invested in pro wrestling because he's like, oh, the character of The Rock, the fucking talking about like angles and storylines. It's like, dude, just fucking just say, oh yeah, that stupid fake wrestling that we just did with our actors. Everything was so fake. We did a performance very well. Wasn't that a really good performance? Fucking these fucking morons for getting invested in this. Like, oh, we're just like this is like reality TV. It's like, shut up. Drink your Terramana. Drink your shitty tequila. I don't know. Maybe I'm sorry if I'm sorry if that rant just kind of like came out of left field, but like,
Yeah, I know, I got it. But I saw on Twitter Ric Flair, like I think you were talking about it. Ric Flair put out a post, and his one of his things was, I will fight through security to get to that ring so it doesn't happen. And somebody in Twitter said, you're gonna fight through the ring and then you're gonna find fucking you're gonna see God. You're gonna find out what happened. So much for that.
yeah, Ric Flair can't walk, so like it's like
Yeah,
Big
Rick.
Show. You see Big Show trying to walk with the Rizzler.
Yeah, that was bad, man. That's
That's
bad.
how Ric Flair moves. Like he's like, isn't he like 65, 70? Which honestly, all things considered, good for Ric Flair for being as old as he is, especially in the age where like wrestlers would just die at like 50 because their bodies were so tore up, and then somehow Ric Flair has like the greatest liver in the world to just be able to drink as much as he did and just like be super healthy, like just be whatever.
Ric
But
Flair, man.
Ric
Just
Flair drip
he's
go
just
woo on a bitch.
he's just funny to me. Like to me,
He's just a little funny man.
like, what are you doing, man? What is going on here?
Bruh. Just bruh.
Yeah, like, bro, what is this? Like, you're old, man. Like,
Why you be so old, man?
it's not even why you being old. Like, what do you like?
Stop it. Stop it. You have your WWE Legends contract. You make
Yeah, be
money off of,
happy.
going to signing autographs and taking pictures.
He was at Xfinity during WrestleMania. He was charging people $300.
Yep. Yep.
I was like, yeah, no, I was off that. I was like, never mind, I'm cool. I don't want to see him.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, that is insane.
I I've never personally I've done 2 or 3 Eagles player like autograph signings, and even then they were like no name, like sorry Boston Scott and Sidney Jones the fourth, but I went to those signings and they were like 70 and 90, no, they were 70 and $80 each. So like I can't imagine, like I'm gonna go to a Brandon Graham one soon, and that's like
Uh-huh.
$100. And Brandon Graham was like a legendary. Like he's gonna be in like the Eagles Hall of Fame. Got 2 rings or got a ring or whatever, 1 or 2. I don't remember, but like he's charging $100. Like Ric Flair charging 300 is kind of insane. But I think it's also that might have to do with like the inflation of the wrestling industry. But that's like a whole nother conversation for another day. Like how they always talk about like all you guys have paid more money to see this wrestling show than anyone ever, and it's like, oh, damn.
You're damn right I did.
Like I don't understand why anybody would ever cheer that. They really said, "Hey, we milked more money in this stadium than we ever have before." And then you go, "Yeah, take my money. Yeah, take my money." I don't know. It's just insane to me.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
But
agree.
yeah, we have I don't know when this podcast is going to come out. It's going to probably come out within this week, but we are going to be doing directly after this. We're going to be recording a Grammy uh We were
Academy
recording a
Awards.
reaction to the Grammys. We had like a little award show for
No,
the movie
it's
pod.
the Academy Awards.
There you go. Is that the Oscars?
Yeah. Yeah, man. How do
Whatever.
you not know that?
I don't know, man. So like, pro wrestling I'm a little bit more knowledgeable with. Like I'm getting tapped back in and getting accumulated to all of it.
Okay.
Movies, I got no I don't know anything about movies. So I'm just taking this as like I'm just whatever. Like I don't know anything. But so we will be filming that as well. So those are probably all be coming out around the same time. So if you like movies, tap in for that. We have like an award show that we did that we'll be doing beforehand. So I guess before we like sign off completely, do you have any other final thoughts or anything we missed or
I don't really have like anything we missed, but I do have like a shit ton of final thoughts. When's the movie pod supposed to start?
20 minutes. So if you
All right.
want to I will leave the podium to you. You have 20 minutes
I
to
mean, it's not gonna be that long. So
no,
like
I challenge you. I want you to fill out 20 minutes. Give us
20
your
minutes. You want
stream
me?
of consciousness.
Okay.
All right,
You want me to
starts
just rant for 20 minutes?
starts now. I don't think you can do it. I don't think you have it in you.
You don't think I can rant for 20 minutes?
See, the thing is, we're becoming pro wrestlers, and being a pro wrestling tag team, one of the things that you have to do is one of us is going to have to be good on the mic. And so that means that I challenge you to speak and be entertaining for 20 minutes without any help.
All right.
Starting
I mean,
now.
well, it's kind of insane that John Cena is a heel now because when you were a kid, like you would have never thought that John Cena would be a freaking heel. Like it's insane to me that we live in a society where someone as great as John Cena has to become a bad guy to get one shot at a championship that he just rightfully deserves. He rightfully deserves that championship, but he has to become a bad guy. He has to sell his soul because we as people have, we as people and fans have taken this industry and moved past it because once their turn is done, we don't care. Drew McIntyre mentioned it that like he goes through a lot of shit, but once his turn's done, people don't give a fuck about him. That's kind of
Yeah.
fucked up, if you ask me. And I think they should play more into that. Like the John Cena's like, you guys are forgetting about me. This is why I did it. So you guys don't ever forget about me. And that would be a cool storyline. But I think that'd be great. Um, Noel, first of all, Noel was like trying to cope last night because he kept trying to say, I still think CM Punk can be in this story. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. All right. No, he can't. The CM Punk doesn't need to be in the story for WrestleMania. He can be in the story for SummerSlam. I'm okay with that. But he doesn't need to be in one for WrestleMania because there's no point in him being in it for WrestleMania. WrestleMania is not about CM Punk. It's about John Cena and Cody. And if CM Punk's in it, sure, cool. I don't care. But it doesn't move me. So it's got to be John Cena and Cody. Um, yeah, it's insane to me that this happened. Like, it's like imagine
Is
like
there any like moment in pro wrestling history that has made you like this like damn like oh my god?
this. No, like this might be the first one ever where I'm like, damn, I like this is crazy. Like, I never thought this would ever happen.
Like in terms of scale, there really isn't like I guess the closest thing would be when Seth like betrayed the Shield, right?
Yeah, I guess, but that's not even that big a deal. I mean, it wasn't because they none of them were like none of them were the guy when that happened. They were just the young up and comers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nobody was the guy. But for this one, like John Cena was the guy for years. John Cena, when I first started watching John Cena, I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old. I am now 27. It's been 20 years. Like think about it in that sense.
That's just so like do you think that it would have been like now that we had the moment, like we still have a long way to go, obviously. Like we're just
Yeah,
at the start of this story. But do you
but
think
but
back in 2012 when they initially wanted to pull the trigger on this idea, do you think it would have had the same impact then or now?
no, because I don't think it would have had the same impact, mostly because it was expected. Like people were like, The Rock's coming back. The Rock's going to be the good guy. John Cena's going to be the bad guy because it kind of made sense too. Like so, it wouldn't have been too shocking. Um, some people might have been saying it's about time John Cena maybe did it because some people were probably like John Cena's kind of getting stale. It's time to it's time to be a bad guy. Um,
Yeah. Do you see the thing that Triple H literally kicked everybody out of the production truck to make sure that the I don't know what you want to call it, this segment or whatever didn't get spoiled.
oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was out there on the truck, just like, I got it, brother. Camera two. I just enjoy doing a Triple H accent.
I mean, that makes sense, but it's just, it's just so insane. Like I know, I'm talking about it like the fucking world broke or something, like the world's gonna end, but it's not that deep. But it's still like crazy because like we grew up watching John Cena be a good guy. Like he was the hero, and a lot of people hated him for that. But at the end of the day, that's who he was. He was the hero of the group, the hero of the WWE. Whenever there was trouble, John Cena was there to save the day, and now he's the villain
Yeah.
who we need saving from. Now he was like this might sound really corny, but he was the hope when there was despair, and now he's the despair.
There's like a picture that I posted in the group chat, and I don't know if you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's literally like this dad like tripping out on some like drugs, like he's hallucinating, and his kid, he's grabbing his kid that has like cancer or whatever, and he's like losing, basically like it's like an iconic meme, and then they got repurposed, and it's now John Cena with a shirt that says like disloyal, dishonest, and disreputable or whatever. And
Oh yeah, I saw that.
it's just
I
like
saw
this is.
that.
I think that like they could do some crazy shit. Like if they had like John Cena instead of like Make a Wish, it's like Break a Wish, and it's like they just like he just like fucks with like he just does like terrible things. Like
That would be
that
hilarious.
would be
That
like
would be
so
super
funny. Like I
funny.
was joking in the group chat. Like
That would be
he
so
gives like
funny. That
a
would be
kid of
welly
kids
welly
or like a
funny.
PS5 or something, and then just like
That would
breaks
be
it.
welly welly
And then
funny.
he's like, actually, this is just like a prank. We're just doing whatever. And then he pulls out like another PS5, and then the kid's like happy or whatever. He's like, ah ha ha. He's kind of confused, but he doesn't get it. And then he's like, actually, just kidding. And then he smashes it again. The kid just cries. That would be like an amazing.
That'd be welly welly funny.
It would be really
But yeah,
funny.
John Cena turning heel is the biggest heel turn since Hulk Hogan.
Like like you could just imagine the type of material that he could like come up with now. Like he's literally he could just come out and say like, yeah, you idiots are now pay like he could just say like, yeah, you idiots now pay more money to go see me than you ever have. And
Yeah,
it's like yeah, like we did. And it is like, it's just like I don't know. There's just like so much shit. Like they literally could just have a video of him walking down the street and just like slapping ice cream out of a kid's hands. Like we could potentially see that. Like who knows?
that'd be hilarious.
It
I'm not
would
even gonna
be.
lie. That'd be super funny. I would laugh. I would actually become a way bigger fan.
Yeah.
Now he's just not doing make a like. Does he still do that? Do you think he would still have to do that? Make a wish?
There was like a gif, not a gif. There was like a funny picture of like a person with like a very serious expression, and the caption was like, "When you're the next one up on the Make a Wish before John Cena turns heel." Or like, oh,
He just doesn't know
you're
any
the next
not
Make a
anymore.
Wish kid just after John Cena turned heel. It's like, oh no,
They're like, never mind.
yeah,
They're like, go away.
no, you have to. They say that's how they set up. That's how they set up the Break a Wish bit. No,
The
you have
break a
to.
wish. No, you are the bad guy, John. You are the bad guy.
You are the New York Yankees.
Oh my god, dude. Noel kept saying that last night. I'm like, all right, dude. We get it. I get it. You are a CM Punk fan. I understand. Jesus Christ.
Also, speaking of the Yankees, there was a shot of Damian Priest warming up, and they were in Toronto, but he was warming up behind a Yankees logo. Very interesting.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what? I was like, what is this? And like, I guess nobody cared because I was like, no, nobody sees this. Like
I mean,
nobody.
Damian Priest
Oh,
really does wear like the same shit every time, so it's not really that like you really could just reuse assets over and over again. Plus, then he was
yeah,
homeless. He was homeless in New York.
he was homeless and now he's
So
not. Now he owns homes.
yeah.
Now he's a homeowner.
You see
Put
that
some
thing?
respect on.
The bare minimum for the main roster is 200 to 300 grand.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, but that's hard work to get there. Like you, like to even get TV time, it's hard work. So imagine getting there.
Yeah. So I really don't feel bad for Maxine as much as I should.
Why?
Because she's getting paid a lot of money to do nothing. She's getting paid a lot of money to do TikTok segments at the opening of the show.
Hey, Maxine is money, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think so. I think she's going to be a very successful model,
What kind of model?
fitness model. Not like an
Mm,
IG model. Like she has like abs on top of abs. Not Jake Cargill levels of abs, but like you can tell she's a very fit. She's a very fit girl.
yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're starting our pro wrestling journey. We're getting in shape. I'm going to the Planet Fitness. Abner still hasn't come up with his wrestling name yet, which is kind of concerning. He's not as
What's your
dedicated.
wrestling name? Oh wait, wasn't it like Adam Worldwide Web or something like that?
Alexander, World Wide Web,
Okay.
because I was trying to do like an Alex the Great bit, but it said
So
like
you
Alex
decided to go
like
with. So you're Alex the Great. So you decided to go with Alex the Worldwide.
Alexander, and then Worldwide is my nickname. Web with two B's because
I was just gonna go with my name, like my actual name.
no, you
Think
can't
about how
do
many.
that. You can't do that
Why? Why?
because well, one, okay, respectfully, Abner Justine does not have aura.
You don't know that.
Uh huh.
I think it has aura, bro. It's a unique name. It's Abner. Who else do you know named
Okay, maybe
Abner?
maybe Abner, but you need like a new last name.
Abner Justice.
Ooh, there you go.
Well, Abner Justice and Alexander the Worldwide Web. What the
It's
heck would
not
the
the
tag
world.
team
It's not
call?
the worldwide. It's just Alexander Worldwide Web, baby.
So what would the tag team name be?
Oh, AA.
No, we
I mean,
need someone else in the.
I'm
We
also
need
open
someone else so
to.
we can be AAA.
That's true. We can get Ev involved because he's really tiny, so he could be the dude that like he could be like our Spike Dudley.
We have to go to wrestling school. Find a wrestling school. I'll go to it.
So the school that I told you about.
Find out how much it is.
There's three different payments. There's if you pay all up front, it's like 3,200. If you pay 500 down, it's 700 a month, and then if you pay 1,000 down, it's 500 a month.
Interesting. All
But
right.
I will say I'm down to do it, but I gotta get way more in shape, which I'm
Bro,
down
what would
I'm
the
down to do. But
we could be like we could be the we can be I don't know. That's tag team names are tough.
yeah, that's what, like it's hard. But I mean, we'll also have a lot of time to develop this. And then
Yeah,
also, what
we
happens, Lord forbid, if one of us becomes more popular than the other?
no, one's gotta be the Shawn Michaels and the other one's gotta be the Genetti.
It's
Like
gonna
that's
be the
just gotta
Genetti.
happen.
Listen, I will take you to the bigs, okay? I'll get you to the WWE, but if we have to split up after that, I will cut tail. I'm just gonna be upfront with it. But
Okay.
if we're like
Okay.
if we're like out here, if we're like out here on the indies, I'll stay with you forever, buddy.
You know what we should do? We should go audition for WWE like those athletes do.
And then like puke right away.
Yeah, and like that's how we become a part of it.
Listen, if Kevin Steen can get a WWE audition in the shape that, like, I don't know what shape he was in for Ring of Honor, but he was still like pretty round. Like that's insane. I think we could do it. But again, I need more. I need more cardio time.
Yeah, I think we could do it. But we would have to get better at promos. Like we would have to get better at speaking.
Listen,
So that's what
I
WWE
could
cares
speak
about.
better. I could speak better than anybody that you want to fucking put in front of me.
Oh, really? If they put CM Punk in front of you, you could speak better than him.
Yeah.
Okay, man. That's
Listen,
where you lose me.
no, because you gotta walk it like you talk it, and guess what? My lips are fucking flapping. All right, because that be no capping.
Yeah, CM Punk's gonna tell you that you can't box with God.
And I say, well, you're
Uh,
an atheist, so checkmate, liberal.
you have to call somebody a liberal and you have to call somebody a liberal. That's like
He is a progressive
that's
ally.
funny, dude. That's funny. That's funny, yo. That dude. That's what we should be. That's our tag team name, the Liberal Killers, the lib killers, or something like something that like we're just like, yo, fuck the libs,
I'm sure that's never been done in wrestling before.
dude. That's hilarious. Hey, you don't believe in God, a liberal? That's hilarious.
Listen, I am from the learning tree of Enzo Amore. Okay, my
Okay,
vocabulary
I
is
thought you were about to. I thought you were about to say the learning tree.
no.
I am the learning tree. I see it on
I
Twitter all the
am
time.
the
Like, what is
learning
that?
tree.
Like, what is that?
That's Chris Jericho's faction.
That's a horrible faction.
It
I already know it is.
is. It is. But it could be better. But yeah, I forget what it's called. It's called the what did I say? I showed a picture of it before. What is it called?
I am the learning tree.
I am the learning tree.
Yeah, Jimmy. Before you go, you got any predictions for the Oscars? Who's winning Best Movie?
So the whole bit of the podcast is that I don't watch movies, but my friends do. So they made an award show. It's because they watched all the movies of this year. But I haven't watched. I haven't watched any. So I have no idea.
So, so you're just gonna sit there and like
I was the host.
agree
Well,
with them?
I was like presenting the awards. It's like, oh, best music goes to da 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 da. You know?
Best music goes to this guy.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the dude. Cheeseburger. The Worldwide Dojo, brother. Oh my god, that would make so much, dude. That would crossover worldwide.
There you go,
Worldwide
Jimmy.
Dojo.
That's probably where you got it from, and you don't even realize it.
No, I was trying to my I was trying to do like a play on uh like Alexander the Great. I was trying to do like something like that. I don't know. A name is one of the hardest bits of pro wrestling. So, but let's see. It's over in Bristol. If you want to drive to
Oh,
Bristol,
that's not far. That's not far from me. That's like 10 minutes.
it's really not. I looked. Is it really only 10 minutes away?
Yeah,
That's
from
crazy.
me.
You should look that up. Worldwide Dojo. That's crazy to think about. That's where like Ring of Honor used to be. They just did a they did an open house. 10 minutes ago, they posted about their open house.
You got one to the open house.
No, They got women in there too. Some lady wrestlers. One of them's wearing a Roddy Piper shirt. That's fun. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna sign off on this pod.
All right,
Bye.
you got a important day.